Well, it turns out that the Free Beacon published an article on the 17th of July, and the headline is Over 500 Grievous Injuries or Deaths at VA Hospitals in 2013, according to a FOIA request that the Free Beacon submitted to the VA. And I'm trying to keep a straight face here. When a adverse event is one of those "oops, we messed up" type of deals, and it doesn't say whether it's a death or not. All it says is an adverse event. But anyway, they've got the statistics posted in an Excel spreadsheet, and it seems that Gainesville, Florida, is the winner, reporting in at let's see, what is it? It's got a big square around it. 31 adverse events. And it seems that for the whole state of Florida, where the Sunshine VA Medical Center system, there's 74. And that includes San Juan, Puerto Rico. And if you take out Puerto Rico, that would be 63 for the state of Florida alone. Now, coming in second, it's Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, reporting in at 26 adverse events for 2013, fiscal year 2013. And then behind Pittsburgh, you have the Greater Los Angeles VA medical system, or VA medical system, reporting in at 21. So I think that, the Gainesville Sun needs to do a big article and celebrate their accomplishment for their local VA that has a tunnel tied in with the University of Florida Shands Teaching Hospital. They share where they have sister campuses, so to speak, right there across Archer Road from each other. So it says in the article, Veterans Affairs hospitals across the country reported more than 500 incidents last year where patients were gravely injured or died as a result of the care they received. Data obtained by the Washington Free Beacon through the Freedom of Information Act shows 575 institutional disclosures of adverse events, the bureaucratic phrase for reporting a serious mistake at VA hospitals in fiscal year 2013. According to the Veterans Health Administration, such disclosures are required when an adverse event has occurred during the patient care that resulted in or is reasonably expected to result in death or serious injury. Specifically, adverse events are defined by the department as untoward incidents, diagnostic, or therapeutic misadventures, iatrogenic injuries, or other occurrences of harm or potential harm directly associated with care or services provided by the VA. How many of the 575 adverse events reported last year resulted in patient deaths is unknown. It is also unclear how 2013 compared to previous years. The Free Beacon has another FOIA request seeking this information. Until VA leaders make a serious attempt to address the department's widespread systemic lack of accountability, I fear we'll only see more of these lapses in care. Representative Jeff Miller of Florida the head of the House Committee on Veterans Affairs, said in a statement to the Free Beacon. Like other hospital systems, VA isn't immune from human error, even fatal human error, Miller said. But what the department does seem to be immune from is meaningful accountability. Given that these tragic events are part of a pattern of preventable patient veteran deaths and other patient safety issues at VA hospitals around the country, it's well past time for the department to put its employees on notice that anyone who lets patients fall through the cracks will be held fully responsible. The VA came under intense scrutiny from Congress and the media this year after whistleblowers revealed thousands of veterans were placed on secret wait lists and dozens died awaiting treatment. And it goes on and on and on. Oh, by the way, here's Gainesville, Florida. The Malcolm Randall VA Medical Center in Gainesville, Florida, reported 31 adverse events in fiscal year 2013, the most of any VA facility. It says the VA also confirmed 2 patients died at the North Florida South Georgia system, where the Gainesville hospital is located, due to delayed cancer screenings. The system is the busiest in the country, serving roughly 125,000 VA patients per year. The VA hospitals have struggled to handle the flood of new patients in the years following 9/11, especially after the troop withdrawdowns from Iraq and Afghanistan in recent years. However, numerous congressional investigations and internal audits by the VA also described a corrosive work environment where leadership encouraged staff to cook the books to meet performance standards and where whistleblowers are harshly punished. These are 3 VA officials in Gainesville were placed on leave this year after an audit by the Inspector General found the hospital using secret paper lists to keep track of appointments. There were also allegations that surgeons were not allowed to perform certain operating room procedures to avoid increased mortality rates, and that patients with a high mortality risk were sent to local hospital. However, the VA Inspector General said in a report Monday it could not substantiate those claims. The Malcolm Randall VA Medical Center did not return request for comment. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So it seems that the other issue is the wrongful death payments, of which the VA is responsible for, and can run into hundreds of millions of dollars. It says that the VA in Gainesville, Malcolm Randall VA Medical Center in Gainesville, has made more than $5 million in wrongful death payments in the years since 9/11, according to data from the Center for Investigative Reporting. Interesting. Overall, the Department of Veterans Affairs has paid out more than $200 million in wrongful deaths since then, but is also an incomplete look at the problem. It runs on and on and on. It's just, again, if they would let veterans go to private health care, that in itself would save the risk of liability for wrongful death settlements, because you pass it on to the private places. Anyway, that's all I got to say. Got to run. Enjoy it. Take care. God bless. And like us on Facebook, Veterans Affairs News.